Results in just a minute, but first we're joined live by Mike Bernier, the BC Liberal candidate in Peace River South, who is projected to win his third term. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's an exciting, bittersweet kind of night looking at the results around the province for sure.
Yeah, around the province, certainly. But I want to start with your own riding, Mike. I mean, your third term coming up here now. As it were. And I guess I first wanted to start with how concerned were you actually about the Conservatives and the BC or the Conservative Party of BC in this election, especially in your riding?
Well, I think it's fair to say, it's important on the democratic system. It's great to see other people put their names forward. And there was a lot of concern, mostly around the confusion of the BC Liberal name. That seemed to be the big fight that Dan Davies and I had for the majority of this campaign, was explaining to people we're not tied to the federal party. We're our own party here in the province. We're a coalition. And so that seemed to consume a lot of our energy through the last month. But I think what's really important, though, is just getting the message out there. It's exciting to be reelected, it looks like, as the MLA for Peace River South for the third term. It's an honor, and it's a job that I love doing, representing the people here.
All right, Mike, and I mean, as you said, a bittersweet night for the BC Liberal Party, as it's looking like an NDP majority win, at least so far. So how do you expect you and the party to work with an NDP majority this time around, or is that going to be really hard because they don't need you anymore to kind of make things happen?
Well, in all fairness, they didn't need us before because they worked with the Green Party. And so in a lot of ways, it might be easier, because if you have an NDP majority rather than them flirting around the edges all the time with the Green Party, at least we know what we're getting. We know what our government's going to be doing with the NDP, and now it's going to be easier for us to go after them, hold them to account, and really look at the policies that they put forward. Now, I mean, to be frank, it's going to be also tough, because you're going to have a solid NDP majority that they're going to be able to do whatever they want to do. My job now is representing the South Peace. At least I'll be in opposition, official opposition, with that status. And, with that comes at least the resources necessary to try to make sure our issues are brought forward.
All right, and one last quick question for you, Mike, tonight. What's kind of going to be your focus right away here when you actually kind of get back into the legislature? You and Dan have talked about the bridge, the Taylor Bridge, a lot, a vital pipeline, a vital kind of byline between the North and South Peace. Yeah. Is that kind of the first thing you're to be pushing from your own party and the government to focus on?
Yeah, well, it's definitely the top priority. I mean, obviously, it would have been nice to have a BC Liberal government, because we had what I would say is some pretty bold platform ideas we put forward around PST, around the Taylor Bridge. Now our job actually is going to be, rather than the easier job of the decisions within our own party, is pushing the NDP to realize that rural BC does exist. Because when you look at the seats right now, the NDP have taken over most of Vancouver Island and the Lower Mainland. The BC Liberals have most of rural BC. So we have a big job ahead of us to really push to get our message out there and not be ignored, which like we have been for the last 4 years. So it's a lot of work ahead of us, but I know working with Dan, we'll do it together.
Oh. And I apologize. We lost you there at the end, but Mike, thank you for taking a minute to talk to us tonight, and congratulations on a third win for you.
I appreciate that, and you're losing me because my phone keeps ringing from people, but better get back to that because it's been nonstop. But thanks again, and looking forward to taking on this role again.
All right,
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. That's Mike Bernier, the candidate-elect, it's looking like, in Peace River South. Now, we're going to do a quick update on the numbers. Adam, how are things looking for us here in Peace River North?
Well, in Peace River North, it is Dan Davies starting to develop a little bit of more of a lead. Each time we've got more numbers coming in, he is pulling away a little bit more and more. So currently, Dan has 2,844 votes, about 55% of the vote that's come in right now. Trevor Bolin, the Conservative Party candidate, 1,836, and Danielle Monroe, surprisingly getting a few votes tonight just because we never saw her, never heard from her, didn't know who she was. We never saw a picture of her until about a week ago. But those are those diehard people who are definitely big NDP supporters, so 425 votes for her. In Peace River South, as we just spoke with the re-elected Mike Bernier, he still is leading with 2,141 votes. Kathleen Connolly with 1,217, Corey Grizz Longley of the NDP, 536, and Dorothy Shannon Smith with 128.
Thank you, Adam. We'll do a quick look at the numbers here for across the province anyway. NDP with 55 seats projected to win a majority, big majority. Liberals with 29 seats to form the opposition, the official opposition, and the Green Party holding 3 seats at the moment. For more info, you can follow the live stream and get all the story updates we're doing right now at energeticcity.ca/election.